Hey there, I'm Andrea Olson with the Go Diaper Free podcast, and today I'm going to record episode 83 for you. It is the elevator pitch for EC, or how to talk about it without seeming judgy or crazy. So here goes. Welcome to the Go Diaper Free podcast, where we're all about helping you stop depending on diapers as early as birth. I'm your host, Andrea Olson, author and mom of 5 babies, all EC'd from birth, all out of diapers by walking. This is episode 83, the elevator pitch for EC, or how to talk about it with others without seeming judgy or crazy. So you can read the written version of today's show over at godiaperfree.com/83, where I'll also conveniently link to all the things I mentioned in today's episode. I will also be replying to comments over there, so come on by when you're finished. In this episode, I'll give you the elevator pitch for Elimination Communication, or how to talk about pottying your baby, or the fact that you do, without seeming judgy or crazy. Today's show is sponsored by my free masterclass about how to bring EC to your town with confidence and structure. How to make money and change the world, telling others about EC, my 3-step method. In it, you will discover my simple method and my very special secrets to bring EC to your town, make money, and gosh darn it, change the world, doing what you're already doing anyway. Save your seat at godiaperfree.com/coach class. Now, the feedback I've been getting about this brand new free class has been overwhelmingly positive. Definitely check it out if you want to bring today's topic to a whole nother level. All right, so I've definitely talked about how to tell others about EC before. I'll link to the other podcast about this in the show notes. But while researching my upcoming EC signature courses, I've gotten a bunch of requests for an even more abbreviated version of how to talk about EC without getting the stink eye, or worse yet, shunned by other parents. Today, I'll give you a few concise options, followed by my biggest tip on how to bring an awareness of EC to your town, especially if you don't know a single other soul who does it. Unfortunately, there is no one correct way to phrase some of this stuff, so take what you like and then write down a sentence or two that you want to use from now on. Feel free to change your elevator pitch as you find out what feels right or what totally bombs in real life. Let's dive in. This is what I say when someone asks me about elimination communication. So first I want to share exactly what I say when someone asks me about EC or I mention it and they're like, what? I say, yeah, we start all our babies using the toilet at birth. This piques curiosity and leaves them free to ask more questions if they want. Typically they say, what? How? I answer with a question and some key points. And this part specifically that I'm about to tell you right now is my actual elevator pitch. When I say, yeah, we start all our babies using the toilet at birth, it kind of sets the framework. This is my pitch. So this is what I say. Do you need to pee when you first wake up? And they answer yes. Well, so do they. Babies aren't incontinent like the diaper companies want us to believe. They have really strong instincts and can hold it long enough for you to get the diaper off and take them. Just think about a puppy. They won't go in their crate, And babies, they're the same. We are all mammals. So that's my elevator pitch. Again, you can see the written version over at godiaperfree.com/83 and then sort of like make it your own. But that's what I say that kind of puts it in context. And sometimes I add, especially if they ask, well, how do you know they need to go? I'll say this. Okay. Newborn babies cry to have you take their diaper off so they can go. By the time we figure out why they were crying in the first place, they've already gone in their diaper and we think, oh, they just wanted me to change them. But that's not quite it. If we rewind a little bit, they actually wanted you to help them do it outside of their diaper from the very first cry. We just have to learn to hear that and to help them. Usually at this point they say, oh, wow, that makes so much sense. And that's what I'm trying to get at. Can I make this make sense to them? Can I get them to say, yeah, that makes sense? Now here's how to address further questions or objections. The next question that comes is usually some kind of objection like, isn't that time consuming? I say, well, I think changing blowout diapers and poopy pants is totally time consuming. It's a lot faster to do it this way. Sometimes I'll add, you know what else is time consuming? Breastfeeding, being up all night, babies. Just babies are time consuming. So this way, when I do it this way, I put in a little more effort up front, and then I save time later by not having to change poopy diapers and not having to potty train. Sometimes they ask, well, do you use diapers? And I reply, well, yes, definitely. Since we have carpet and 5 children, we do use a diaper as a backup, but it's not a full-time toilet. It's just there for when we're busy or we're being lazy. Now, sometimes when we're cooking dinner, for example, we put them in a diaper because it's impossible to live life otherwise sometimes. We stop using them when they start to walk, though, and then there's no need to potty train. There are a million more possibilities, you guys. There are so many more objections, you guys. For a full list of how to respond to people's concerns, criticisms, or objections, please listen to or read podcast episode 31. There's a full transcript of that and a little handout. It's a little excerpt from our Go Diaper Free Certified Coach training program that is like, this is how to tell people about EC. So definitely check that out if you want more. This just gives you some ideas of the usual train of conversations between me and others. So here are some brief snippets you can borrow for your EC elevator pitch. When you're talking about others to EC, maybe you want to focus on these points. I'm going to name the points first, and then I'll tell you some examples in each one. So first, we want to speak about it like it is the most normal thing in the world. Don't apologize. Just be confident. Don't be awkward or like, okay, maybe you're a closet ECer if you're listening to this. That's fine, but don't talk about it like you are. And number 2, we want to ask a question and leave it at that. So I'll give you some examples. The third point I could give you is just to be blunt, be straightforward. And the fourth, when we talk too much, people are like, oh my God, you're crazy. And number 4, answer questions that they have with empathy, reflecting what they say, and compassion, and give them a resource if they're interested. And then the 5th thing I want to say, if they outright say they never do it, I have something for you to tell them. So let's go through those now, those 5 things. These are some snippets you can borrow for your elevator pitch. Okay, so the first one was speak about it like it's the most normal thing in the world. First thing you could say is, yeah, babies prefer to be clean and dry. Or you can say, babies are mammals, and all mammals have the instinct to not soil themselves. Otherwise, we humans would have been wiped off the face of the earth by a disease a long time ago. Newborn babies, this is what I said earlier, you guys. This is a little snippet. Newborn babies cry to have you take the diaper off so they can go. By the time you figure out why they're crying, you think that they were wet. They wanted me to change them. But no, they actually wanted you to help them do it off of themselves and outside of the diaper. And you just have to learn how to do that. And then the last one is, in this section is, if you've ever been peed on when you take the diaper off, it's because your baby was waiting for you to take the diaper off. So those are some ideas. And again, on the written version, you can kind of see these laid out and go, okay, which one do I want to use? The second sort of point I had, this category, is ask a question and leave it at that and let them start to think. The first question would be, do you have to pee when you first wake up? Of course, they're going to answer yes, every human does. And you say, so do our babies. And then people might question that. You just say, well, there's a hormone that we all have that wears off when we wake up and it means we have to pee. So do they. So we just put them on the toilet instead of sticking them in a diaper. We could ask a question. What did people do before diapers? You ever thought about that? And then just pause and listen, and they'll go, oh my God, you're right. And then the third one in this section, what do people do in parts of the world where there aren't diapers? That's what we do. And then they'll be like, oh, yeah, right. There's something else missing here. The third segment was be blunt. So here's some ways to be blunt that I have actually used. It's bullshit that we have to wait for our kids to tell us they're ready. Diaper companies really have us fooled. They've taught our pediatricians, actually, to tell us to wait. And it's just absolute BS. Sorry for cursing if you have a toddler nearby. The next one in this category, I don't see any reason to wait. My baby's born ready. And then the third one, my baby loves using the potty and has since she was 2 hours old. You can say like that, or 9 months old. She loves it. So you can just be really blunt like that. The fourth category was, how are you going to answer questions? And you could answer a question by like reflecting what they're going through or feeling. Like, for instance, it seems like this might be freaking you out a little bit. And just wait and listen. And they'll be like, yeah, it totally does. I never thought that I could do this. And then just be warm in your reply. You could say something like, it seems like this has you baffled. We live in a diapering culture and this is how we were raised. So that makes sense. And you could say something like, reflective like this. It seems like you think having your baby in daycare means you can't do this. The thing is, it still totally works part-time. Any exposure is good exposure. The next one is, you only know what you know when you know it. And when you know better, you can do better, just like Maya Angelou said. And then we always want to offer some resources of some sort. And you can say, well, you can see if you like it. You can totally try it out. There's this woman who teaches about it. Her name is Andrea. Just go to godiaperfree.com. There's a mom there. She's a mom. She breaks it down. I would just start with the 4 easy catches. She's got a podcast, a YouTube, but just go to her website. Don't overthink it. She'll give you little steps to help you start. Because that's kind of my specialty, you guys. So definitely like, oh, you've reflected, you've given empathy, you've been given compassion, and then you're like, well, now what? Well, how do I still, it sounds great, whoever, but I can't imagine doing it. Send them to my website, please. Okay. The 5th category was if they outright say they'd never do it. Well, I would never do that. You could say, yeah, it's not for everyone. You could just sit your baby on the potty every morning to make potty training easier later on, or just catch the poops. If you really don't like changing poopy diapers, you shouldn't have to. If you don't want to do any of that, I would recommend just like circle back at 18 to 20 months and just do early potty training. Anywhere past that age turns into a giant power struggle. I mean, you don't want to change diapers for 3 more years, do you? Especially if their child's 1. They'll be like, no, well, that's the average age is 3. So it's because everybody starts too late. So don't start too late. I could go on and on and on with variations of what I've said and what I do say to people. It's always different what I say based on who it is. But for you at first, you might want to calculate like an elevator pitch that you say if it makes you nervous or you tend to overtalk it. Based on who it is, you can tweak it as you go. How old their baby is always a factor for me, where they're at in life, they're overwhelmed or whatever. And for me, this elevator pitch is ever evolving. So with yours, just bottom line, start with a simple one-liner. And all that said, there are so many words that I just shared. I know it's a lot. I do find that starting with a confident, matter-of-fact one-liner is always best. And I prefer this one of all the ones I've said. Do you have to pee when you wake up? Yes? Well, so do babies. Because it's very funny and personal, and it's so, so true. So go ahead and choose one line that you love and try it out for a few weeks if you get the opportunity. And if you love telling others about EC and there aren't many people in your town who even know what it is, and perhaps you'd like to earn some money for your time in spreading the word about EC because you're already doing it anyway, then I would like to invite you again to my free masterclass. It's called How to Make Money and Change the World Telling Others About EC, my 3-step method. And again, in this class, you're going to discover my simple method and my very special secrets to bring EC to your town, make money, and gosh darn it, change the world, doing what you're already doing anyway. Go save your seat at godiaperfree.com/coach class, and I hope to see you there. And by the way, a little public service announcement, my coach program is now available for enrollment multiple times during the year. So definitely go take the masterclass. It'll tell you about the coach program as well if you're interested in taking it an even deeper level. You can find out more information on the coach program at godiaperfree.com/coach program. Pretty easy. Again, you can read the written version of this podcast and see everything I've mentioned with handy quick links over at godiaperfree.com/83. Now for some accountability and mingling, you guys. Let's make this happen. Please head over to that page right now, godiaperfree.com/83, and let me know in the comments, what one-liner are you going to use to tell others about EC? What is your new elevator pitch? I'll see you over there. Till next time when we discuss sending your little one to daycare without diapers. Happy pottying, y'all. I'm Andrea Olson, and you've been listening to the Go Diaper Free podcast at godiaperfree.com. I'll see you next time. And that is that. So yeah, definitely check out my free masterclass. Definitely check out the coach program if it's something you've heard about or waiting for, or maybe you're a doula or lactation consultant or whatever, and you would like to add that to your menu of offerings, teaching others about EC. Definitely would love to have you. And definitely write down your elevator pitch. What are you going to share about EC to other people starting today? Write it in the comments below this video, hit the bell and subscribe, and I'll let you know when the next one's up. Take care.